Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. What is Namaskaram and what is Sashtanga Namaskaram? In general terminology, vaguely if you translate this word Namaskaram to English, it is known as prostration. It's lying flat on the ground with all the limbs stretched with face down. This is called as prostration. What is the purpose of prostration? In generally, it means to respect or to totally surrender your ego in front of the God or the most revered personality, or to show your reverence to the person or God. In general terminology, this is called as Namaskaram, or in English, nearly it can be said as prostration. Is it only that, or is there anything higher meaning to this Namaskaram, that is prostration? We shall just try to dwell into that matter. Any Indian ritual for that matter, it has been designed in such a way that we should be able to follow those practices in every walk of life. But whereas the hidden and inner meaning is extraordinarily potent. This particular namaskaram or prostration in the yogic culture is a kind of yogic kriya or yogic practice which can be done at ease by everybody and everywhere and every time whenever you like. So before going to that kind of deciphering what is namaskaram, now we should understand first what is meant by namaskaram. This word is split into two, namana and karanam. Means namana means to, once again it says, to show respect. Karanam means to do, to perform. So namana karanam is namaskaram. What does namana mean? Does it only tell you to show some respect or reverence to the person or God? No. The real yogic meaning would be, or rather is, na mana, means silencing the mind or to extinguish your mind, to burn your mind, to forego your mind faculty. This is called as, or this is the meaning of the word namana. And to practice this time and again, because you can only perfect it by practice only. This is called as namaskar. There are innumerable kinds of namaskarams. Ekanga namaskaram means the namaskaram performed by only one limb. Angadvaya namaskaram means where you use two limbs to do the namaskaram. Angatraya namaskaram, where you will use three limbs here. So the best being the eighth one, which is called as Sashtanga Namaskaram. Sashtanga Namaskaram means Saha Ashta Anga Namana Karanam Sashtanga Namaskaram. You can split it like that. Means a practice or a kriya done every day to perfect it, to silence your mind, to bury your mind, which is done in 8 steps or 8 different ways, is called as Sashtanga Namaskaram. It is not just falling on the ground with all the limbs stretched with the face facing the ground. It is just a symbolism to show respect and reverence to the person to whom you are doing this Namaskaram, or in front of the God. So what are these limbs? What are these? How is this done? And what is the yogic way of doing it? And what is the devotional and simple way of doing it? Our ancients have catered to both kind of people. A person who takes up the path of yoga, he can as well practice this. The practice would be little bit difficult one. You'll have to renounce lot of things here. You'll have to forego a lot of things. But what about the others? What is the plight of others? That is for the householders, for the materialistic and mundane people. What should they do? That is another burning question. And they have answer for that also. That is called as a very devotional way, which is done in a very, very simple and easy way. But end result maybe the yogic way will be very quick. But whereas this way would be little bit slow. But the end result is one and the same. That is going to be the same. The goal is same. So coming back to Sashtanga, where 8 limbs are used to do the Namaskaram. This is very important. Please listen to this shloka very carefully. How is it explained? Urasa, Shirasa, Drishtya, Manasa, Vachasa, Tatha, Padbhyam, Karabhyam, Karnabhyam, Pranamam, Ashtanga Muchyate. Means a Namaskaram which is done using these 8 limbs or 8 faculties, what we possess, is called as Sashtanga Namaskaram. Now once again, I am going to tell you what are these 8. Urasa means your chest or your heart. This is Urasa. Urasa means chest or heart. Shirasa means your head. Third one is Drishtya means through sight or through eyes. Urasa, Shirasa, Drishtya. Fourth one is Manasa, from your mind. From your mind is the fourth one. So what would be the fifth one? Vachasa means verbally doing Namaskaram. Articulating the Namaskaram is called as Vachasa. And Padbhyam means doing Namaskaram by your feet or your lower limbs. Karabhyam by your arms, by your palms, by your using your hands. This is Karabhyam. And the 8th one being the Karnabhyam, using your ears or listening faculty, hearing faculty. These 8 constitute, if you use all these 8 to show your reverence, to show your respect to anybody, elderly or the most revered or maybe your Guru or God, then only it is called as Sashtanga Namaskaram. It is not just falling on the ground like a wooden log. It is of no use. Without such kind of understanding and using these 8 limbs simultaneously or one after the other, then only it will be termed as the best of the Namaskarams or prostration. So how do we do this? Why this is done? Let us take Urasa for example. Urasa means heart. Heart means when you are showing your respect or gratitude, it should be from above the heart. It should not enact as though you are folding hands in front of somebody or falling to their feet like that. It has to come from the soul. It has to come from within you, from heart. This is Urasa Namaskar, means Namaskaram from your heart. Next is Shirasa. You will have to 110%. Your intellect should be satisfied, saying that I should surrender here. This is the place where I should surrender. And I should give all my thing here. Give up all the things. This is Shirasa Namaskara, means prostration from your head. Third one being Drishtya, sight. This is another word in yogic way. It is called as Trataka, means gazing without even blinking your eyelids like this. Simply gazing. So when you gaze or when you look at some particular object or subject, your mind is generally caught there, or your mind follows your sight or your gaze. So you should not take your eyes away from the most revered God or the person or whatever it is. That should show up in your eyes also. It is not only physical gazing. That prudence and the reverence should reflect in your eyes. That is the idea. So 3 limbs are over: Urasa, Shirasa, Drishtya. Fourth one is Manasa, which is very important. Manasa means doing by mind. The Namaskaram by mind is giving up your total wants. Manasa is the thing which actually generates all the wants in one. that feeling of want. You should give up that thing. Means giving up everything. Means renouncing everything. Totally surrendering. Total surrender is called as Manasa Namaskaram. So, Urasa, Shirasa, Drishtya, Manasa. Fifth one is Vachasa. You should articulate it too. You should tell them as you greet anybody and everybody is saying, hello, how are you, thank you, and such kind of things. It is a simple etiquette, but you will have to be vocal about that. So, being vocal about this namaskaram or this practice is also called as Vachasa Namaskaram or Namaskaram done by your talk, your speech. You should articulate it. So, then comes your Padbhyam. Doing Namaskaram using your lower limbs, that is your feet. How it is done? You should go there to their place, to their abode, their dwelling place, and do this. Sitting at home and doing is not of big success here. So, Padbhyam, you should move to their place. You should not make them to come to your place. Where there are elderly persons or persons whom you respect or revere, you should walk, you should go there, you should travel. This is the idea of Namaskaram done by your feet. Karabhyam, and it doing by your hands. How do you do it by hands? Serving them, not just folding hands like this. You will have to serve them properly in every which way possible. In all the ways possible, you will have to do some service to them. This is the Namaskaram done using your hands. Then comes Karnabhyam, the eighth one. Karnabhyam means using your hearing faculty. How it is done? You will have to listen to the person in totality. You should not even miss a small, simple, an iota of a sound told or uttered by the person addressing you. You should be all ears. This is the Namaskaram done by hearing. So, this is the general introduction of Sashtanga Namaskaram.